I'll show you today Advisera's free ISO 27001 gap analysis tool that you can use to assess the level of compliance of your company with ISO 27001 standard. So when you open this tool on Advisera's website, first thing you see is that these instructions that present you this scale for doing the gap analysis. So in the scale you see levels from 1 to 5. So 1 is not implemented, 2 is planned, 3 is in progress, 4 is mostly implemented, and 5 is optimized. So basically this is how you mark each and every requirement in the standards and your level of compliance. So this is how you mark the compliance to each and every requirement in the standard. So once we scroll down, we go to this clause number 4, context of the organization, 4.1. And you have the question, did your organization determine the purpose of the ISMS? Let's say that you mostly implemented this. This is 4. The second question, did the organization determine the internal and external issues that are relevant to the ISMS purpose? Let's say that you're planned to do this, but you're not yet. And you already get a tip on how you might do this, and so on and so forth. And as you go through this list of all of these questions, once you complete all of them, at the end, the result will automatically be calculated based on the marks that you have selected for these answers. As you can see, there are 136 items here. These are all the 136 requirements from the standard, including the 93 controls from the Annex A. And if you want, you can also enter your email address here and get the results to your email, but this is not mandatory. You can still use this tool without entering any email address. Now, where did these questions come from? They came directly by interpreting the requirements of the standards. For example, for control 8.34 protection of information systems during audit testing, the question is, are audits of production systems planned and executed properly? So basically, this question here is based specifically on the text of this control 8.34. Of course, if you enter here as optimized, you will see that already the percentage here has went up. Now, if you go for the main part of the standard, so let's say clause 9.2 internal audit, does the audit program exist that defines the timing, responsibilities, reporting, audit criteria, and the scope? Again, this is something that is drawn directly from the requirements in clause 9.2. Now, in reality, how would you use these scales for these questions? For example, are internal audits performed according to the internal audit program, results reported through internal audit report, and relevant corrective actions raised? You would select 1, not implemented, if you didn't do anything of this. You will select 2 if you already planned to do some of these things, but basically you didn't do it. You would select 3 if you already started doing some of these activities. You would select 4 if you already are doing most of these things but not really completely, and you would select 5 if you're already doing this regularly and you are in the phase of actually improving all of these things that you already started doing. This gap analysis tool can be used by companies of any size from any industry, but I would say that it's the most useful for mid-size or larger companies prior to their starting the project for ISO 27001 implementation. And this is because such a tool can give you a very quick overview of what you would have to concentrate on during your ISO 27001 compliance project. So the biggest benefit here is really to assess the level of effort you will need during your implementation. And you can find this gap analysis tool on Advisera's website by clicking free resources and then templates and tools, and then selecting ISO 27001, and when you scroll down you will find this gap analysis tool. Or you can simply click the link in the description below this video. Hope this was helpful. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel not to miss any of my new videos, and I publish these videos on a weekly basis. Thanks for watching.